Okay, so if you watched the last video, you'll know that I lost on the second meeting because I wasn't really watching out for the objectives, for the meeting objectives, and felt like a bit of a cop out, bit of a bad loss, and I was brooding about it, and I decided to get straight back into it. So this is the next day, and I'm going to get straight back in, reset the board, going straight in, no preamble. I won't be slowly going through the rules. I'll just be playing at normal speed. And if you want a bit of more of a rules explanation as I go along, watch the first video and disregard the loss, and then maybe come back and watch this one, and hopefully this one's going to be a win. So back to Kanban, let's go. Alright, so I've elected to take the bank shift here, which puts me in last place for position selection, and Lacerda is first. So I'm going to go straight into this, do that at Tableau. Lacerda's taking the top one, and he's going to assembly on the 3 shift. Next up is Mr. Terzi, and he's going to take the bottom one, and he is going to logistics on the 2 shift. I'd quite like to pick up parts or designs. I'm going to pick up a part because it gets me, I can play a Kanban card and get an extra banked shift, and despite the loss in the first video, I still consider it banked shifts is the way to go. These aren't in the right position, set up in a bit of a hurry, so I can get straight back into this. Sandra's staying where she is as always for the first round of the game. So Mr. Lacerda's off. He's going to take a electronics, and he's going to try and put it in the red car, which of course he can do because there are no upgrades, and everything goes to the middle like that. He does some training as well. He's not certified yet, so he doesn't get to do 2. Mr. Terzi is off here in logistics. He does some training, and he just takes bodywork. That puts it into his little stack there. My go. I'm going to play a Kanban card. Now my design is the grey truck with the sat nav. I already had a sat nav piece. I should have a parts voucher as well. Promise no cheating going on in setup there. Would say that, wouldn't I? Okay, so here's my Kanban cards. I think I'm going to try and pick up something that's not in the recycling, so I'm going to go for, I'm going to place like that. I think we're going to put out 2 sat nav pieces, and the drive and electronics and body kit, and get a bank shift for that. Excuse me if you can hear the dog in the background. He will stop presently. Sorry about that. For my second shift, I'm going to take those 3 electronics. That's 2 shifts. I am then going to train 1 space. It doesn't put me safe from Sandra at this point, but there's no point taking a 3rd shift and another. Well, I could take another piece, but I'm not going to. Sandra does nothing this round, so we'll clear up. We have to maybe swap. Yep, we have to swap drive for ignition because of those 2 symbols there. And new Tableau. Hang on, we've lost a card. It's the design card, isn't it? Sorry about that. Mr. Lacerda's first to pick, and he is going to take the bottom one and go to admin. Mr. Turtsy's second to pick. He's going to take the top one and go to designs. And at this point, I also am going to go to design on the 3 shift. Sandra's going to go up to there into R&D. So Sandra's going first. She's going to ask me, do I have 3 or more upgrades? And I'm just going to say, no, of course I haven't. It's the first round. So she's going to dock me 1 point and then 1, 2, 3 points for my lack of bank shifts. She also moves that car on. Mr. Tootsie down here in design, he trains once and then he takes the 2 designs from the position that corresponds to Sandra's. They're both upgradable, so he puts them into his parts bank. Not his parts bank, his design stack. And then we fill up a tableau and he is done. I, of course, am going to take that one for sure for a bank shift, and I had 2 before this round starts just in case I feel like using them, but I probably won't. And I'd like to take this other grey one for the other bank shift, but I think I'm going to take the matching blue one. Actually, that gets me the training manual. Of course I'm going to take this grey one to match the grey design I've already got. And that's my 3rd shift, and I get another bank shift for that. So we're already up to 4 bank shifts, which is really good because it means Sandra's going to be docking us fewer points from now on, as long as we hold on to those, of course. And then Mr. Lacerda down here in admin trains once in admin, and he trains once in R&D, and he is done. Okay, tidy up. Start to the next day. And Sandra is first. She's going to move down to assembly. And next up is Mr. Tootsie, and he is going to take the top one of these and go to the 2 space in admin. There we go. Well, it's a 1 space in admin. Sorry. Next up is me. I can't go anywhere where Sandra is, obviously. I'm going to go. That's a bit of a pain, actually. I was in design. Sorry, let's shift these along. I was rather hoping someone would have pushed out some cars by now. I can't go to assembly because Sandra's there, and I can't go to admin because Tootsie and Lacerda are blocking it. So my choices are to go to R&D and blow some of my tiles on standard upgrades, not tested upgrades, or pick up more parts. At least if I pick up more parts, I can get another. I can play another Kanban card and get another bank shift, which will put me up to 5 bank shifts. And I'll probably train rather than pick up parts then. So I'm going to go there to the 3 space, back in logistics. And Mr. Lacerda, he is going to take the bottom card, and he would go to logistics, but I've blocked it, so he's going to go to design on the 3 space. Sandra's up first. She says, have I got 3 or more cars? And I say no, because it's only the 2nd round of the game. How would I get 3 or more cars at this point? And she says, okay, lose 1 production point for not having 3 cars, and only 1 production point for your lack of bank shift. So we're getting better there. She clears those spaces and she is done. Next up, I'm here. So I should have another Kanban card to replace the one I spent. I'm not that fussed about what I'm picking up here. Well, I should be fussed, I guess. I've got electronics and I've got sat nav, so I've got the parts I need to do my upgrades when it comes to it. These plans, of course, will go for actually getting the cars, I guess. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to play that like that without even looking, which is what got me into this trouble in the first place. Looking down here, we've got all four. Well, we've got 4 of the 6 different types for scoring. We've got speech marks, of which I should have 1. Speech marks, speech tokens, and grey trucks, which hopefully I might be picking up a grey truck. Let's finish putting out these parts before I forget where I am. Not that one, that doesn't go out. No, electronics doesn't go out, ignition does. I really minimised the point of that Kanban card. The main point of that Kanban card was to get me another bank shift, which means I'm on 5, and that's 1 action. For 2 actions, I think I want to take something that's not in recycling. So I'm going to take the ignition, dump 1 of those because I can only fit 1. Unless, hang on. Let's not be so hasty. Let's do some training. We've spent 1 action, 2, and the book I got to get me trained up there. So that's 2 production points as the first to train. And what am I thinking? Right, yes, my badge comes up to the next place, and I'm going to take a banked shift. And I unlock that. That's what I was. But now, ironically, I could take a parts voucher for my 3rd shift here. Didn't spend 2 shifts training. I spent 1 shift and a training manual. I think I will take 2 of those parts rather than a parts voucher. So that's 3 shifts. I could spend my bank shift there, but well, I could spend my bank shift and pick up a parts voucher as well, couldn't I? It might mean I don't have to come back to logistics for quite a while then. Okay, I talked myself into that. There's a parts voucher we can't spend this round, not that we're going to. So I'm done there in logistics. Mr. Lacerda over here in design, he trains and he takes, I think Mr. Turtzi might have taken the wrong designs. His mistake, never mind. Doesn't really make a lot of difference, just a method of randomizing them. If he was trained, he'd take the central stack as well, but he's not, so we'll just fill those up. And he's done. Mr. Turtzi down here in admin trains once there, and he trains once in assembly. And he is done. Okay. Sandra coming down here into logistics. My choice next, where to go. I think I'm going to go to assembly and attempt to get some cars on the track, and then hopefully get them before anyone else does. Mr. Lacerda. He's going to take the bottom one, and he would go to design, but he's already in design, so he goes to the next space down, which is the admin. And then Mr. Turtzi takes the top one, which is R&D. Dangerous space for them to go to, as I said in the other video. Here and here you really stand to lose some points when these guys visit these spaces. Everywhere else is not so bad. Those 2 are the bad ones. At least there isn't a car there that he's going to steal. and at least he won't go there next round. Although this card is also R&D, the one that's going to be top of the layer, top of the tableau in the next day. Right, Mr. Tootsie's first. He does an upgrade, so he's going to take the electronics and put it into the black car. He will cover that space as a matter of preference and move this up to there and gain 2 points that way, which means I lose 2 points. And he also trains. He would take the most valuable car on the track. There are no cars on the track apart from the test car, and he can't have that. Next is me. I've got plenty of parts to get into this track, to get these cars onto the track. But what I really want to do is most efficiently get out a truck and the SUV, the blue car. So that's the grey car and the blue car I want out in the most economical way, which is probably to push this blue car to the middle, which is going to push the green car out, and then push that's one action, one shift, and then 2 more to get that blue car out. Otherwise, so that's going to be 3, otherwise it's going to be 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4. It's not going to work. Okay. So, I've got quite a lot of parts here, and only the black car has got an upgrade, so, and I'm not concerned with that. So we're going to put electronics into the blue car, push that into there, so the green car comes out onto the track, and the blue car appears, and I get 2 points for that, but it's not a desired design, or whatever they're called, something like that, desired model. Got to put these out. Okay, next I'm going to put another electronics into the green car and push the grey car out onto the track for 2 more points, and I do get a speech token for that. So that's 2 shifts. My third shift, I'm going to put the ignition into the green car, ignition upgrade into the green car. It's not the upgrade, it's the ignition part, and put the blue car onto the track for 2 more points, but no speech token. So that is 3 shifts, 3 parts. I'm not going to spend a bank shift to train there. I'm done. Sandra, it's not even going to consider my performance in logistics department because I am much more trained than the others. She is just going to empty these bins down to 1 part in each. And done. And down here, Mr. Lacerda, he trains in admin, which means he goes to there and gets 2 points for being first to train, and he also trains in logistics, and he is done. That's the end of that day. We have recycling to consider. We are going to swap the engine for the bodywork in the recycling. Into the discard and refill the tableau. That is the shuffle card, so we're going to shuffle. All right. So let's see where everyone's going to go. Mr. Turtsy is first, and he is going to go. Well, he would go to R&D. That's about the best possible outcome for us. He would go to R&D, but he can't because he's already there, so he's going to come down here into assembly. We are going to go into the 3-shift space in R&D. Sandra is going to come down here into design. And Mr. Lasada is going to take the bottom one of those and go to the 3-shift space in logistics. Okay, so I'm first to act up here, and I want the blue car and I want the grey car. So that's going to cost me 4 shifts just to take those cars. So no designs, which is a little unfortunate, but I'll have to get back there some other time. One, two, two. Yep, just checking. 1, 2, 2. Right. So I am going to take. I'm going to use this tile to take the blue car, and this tile to take the grey truck, and that's going to cost me a bank shift because it's 4 actions. I'm going to put the 1 car in there and flip that because that gets me 2 bank shifts. And I'm going to put the other car in there and flip that, which gets me 2 training manuals. Just going to move those down. No victory points, no parts spent. This car moves on 2 spaces. Track's a bit wobbly there, coming adrift. We only have 1 upgrade done so far. So we're nearly at the point where we're going to have a meeting. And if I'm unlucky, we could end up with a meeting and an end of week at the same time, and again could lose some points. So let's see. Again, both of these, the opponents are in a point winning position, which is again worrying. Anyway, Mr. Toots is going first. He's going to take the drivetrain and attempt to put it into the grey car, which he can do. And luckily for us, he just pushes them along the outside tracks. And he trains. Mr. Lacerda trains and becomes certified. He jumps up to there. Gets another 2 points, right? And then bad news is he's going to do this twice. So he's going to take the electronics and he's going to put it into the 4th position, which is the grey car, which you can do, and push to the middle. So the green car's coming out for 2 points, and then he's going to take the preferred piece from Mr. Tootsie's card, and he's going to try and put it in there again, which of course he can't because it's a duplicate, so he'll try and put it into the red car. And he can do that, no upgrades. Another green car comes out the middle. Another 2 points lost. Okay. Sandra's down here, she clears out all these 8 tiles. And puts out 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she wants to know how many designs. Do I have 3 or more designs? And I don't. So she's going to dock me 1 point for that, no points for the bank shifts. Okay, right. I'm first to go this time. First to choose where I'm going. Let's see what's on the tableau here and the potential choices for where they might go. Now I could go down to admin and get 2 upgraded designs, which is going to be 4 points. I can't go into assembly, which you can't see because I'm zoomed in, because it's blocked. And there's not really any other easy way to get points. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go down to admin with a look to using my shifts in R&D. If Mr. Turtsy is first, if he takes that one, he will go to logistics and take parts. If he gets that one, he will go to logistics and get parts. So Mr. Turtsy is going to logistics. Then Mr. Lacerda will either go to he can't go to assembly because he's in assembly, so he too would go to logistics. He might go to admin, which isn't going to get him any points. And he might go to logistics anyway. So they shouldn't get any more points this round. Sandra is definitely going to go to admin, so we're definitely going to have a week, the end of the week. So I'm definitely going to need, at the end of the week, they're going to get 2 points. They're going to get 2 points for this. And at the moment, I'm going to get no points. So I do need to go to admin so I can use my shifts in R&D. So let's just do that down there for 2 shifts. Didn't clear these out. Didn't swap that part. Right. Yeah, we need to put a green in and take the pink out. Sorry, get a bit jumbled with my order here because I'm a bit anxious and excited. All right, Mr. Turtsy, he's going to take the bottom one and go to logistics. Mr. Lacerda is going to take the bottom one of what remains and go to admin, except you can't go to admin because I'm there, which means he's going to go up here. Maybe I should have thought of that and taken the 1 spot in admin. Oh, damn it. Oh well. Let's see damage. Mr. Lacerda. I'm never going to survive this. Mr. Lacerda trains. That's 2 points for him. He does. He's going to do 2 upgrades. So that goes into the black car for 2 points, and that goes into the blue car for 2 points. And then he's going to take that green car because it's the first one behind the pace car, which pushes that round there, which means we're going to have a meeting as well. Now I might have to check the rules on this. Do I check after the end of the week and the meeting? We're going to have to see. Anyway, Mr. Turtsy trains there and simply takes the sat-nav. Sandra should have come down to the admin position. Now I'm down here. I think the best thing I can do for point I could potentially get 2 cars out, which give me 4 points, one of which I can't get into my garage. So that's pointless. That's 4 points. if I get some upgraded designs, I can get 4 points for 2 upgraded designs, and then I'll get more points in the end of week meeting for having cars in my garage with upgraded designs. So potentially another 2-3 points. And then we're going to look to see how we're going to maximize that. Anyway, 2 shifts up here. The first one, I'm going to upgrade the sat nav in the truck. All right, so I can take 2 points for that at least. Upgrade the sat nav, 2 points for the tested design. And I'm going to upgrade the electronics in the SUV. So that's 2 points for that, 2 points for that. So that's another 4 points. That's something at least. That's 2 shifts. That's my 2 shifts from there. Now I'm spending bank shifts. Now, should I have used my parts vouchers for those? If I can get points off of these. Just going to swap those back and use parts. No. Oh. Yes, I'm going to use my parts vouchers for those. So that's, I need 1 electronics and 1 sat nav. And the sat nav went into the truck, and that went into the SUV. Okay. Now the reason I use the parts vouchers is so that I can start to maybe get some points out of these. Although I do only have 2 speech marks. Now at any point in my turn I can trade in recycling. So if I trade in electronics for the body kit, that gives me 2 of those. Now let's trade in the electronics for body kit. That's the best way to do it. Right, so that's 2 shifts I've spent. Now there could be a way of squeezing 2 extra points out of that if I trained first. No, it would have been 1 extra point, and I don't think that's worth it. Although if I go out by 1 point now, that would have been to unlock this with training and then use the double jump to earn an extra point. Double jump on this. Actually, it would have been, no, it's 3 more points, isn't it? Okay, allow me a little take back again. For my first shift, ignore all that, my first shift in R&D, I'm going to train, and I'm going to spend my 2 books to get certified, and I'm going to go there, which gives me a victory point and a speech token. Then I'm going to do all that. Being certified unlocks this double jump. Then I'm going to do all that, and on the second one, I'm going to use my double jump token to double jump the electronics in the blue car up to there, which gets me another 3 points. 1, 2, 3, because that's how the double jump token works. As a one-off, you can double jump this point, this counter, and score the victory points according to here. Now ideally you want to do it to get 6 extra victory points, but I think right now, to jump from the 4 to the 6, say right now, I need that should be, there's 2 of those. So that should be a jump from 2 to 4. So that's an extra victory point. Right, so I trained once with 1 shift, then used the 2 books, then, so that's 1 shift, then 2 shifts for the upgrade, so that's 3, so I need to spend 1 bank shift. And I think that's all I want to do at the moment. That's kind of a last ditch attempt. Sorry for all the takebacks and mucking about there. Hopefully you followed what I did. I used 1 shift to train and then 2 books to get certified. That allowed me to, that unlocked my double jump token, and for my second tested upgrade I did a double jump for the electronics from 2 to 4, which gets me an extra 4 victory points on top of the 2 I already had. Now that's about as good as I can get. So now Sandra is in admin. She wants to know how many things I'm certified in, and that is just 2, so that's not enough. So she docks me 1 victory point and none for the bank shifts. Then Turksy and Lacerda get 6 points for their upgrades, and those are removed from the game. Then I score. For each car in my garage, I get 1 victory point for every upgrade that's been done to that car. So for the blue car, I get 2, and for the grey car, I get 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then for every car in my garages, I get 1 victory point for each tested upgrade. So that's 2 more. So I've survived the end of week. Now we've got a meeting. Okay, so Mr. Turtsy gets his 3 speech tokens, Mr. Lacerda gets his 1, and I have 3. Let's just check these positions. Okay, how many places is Mr. Turtsy? Has no certification. Mr. Lacerda has 1, 2, 3, so that's correct, and I've got 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, 3. Mr. Lacerda is there. I am there. Makes no difference to the order. Okay. Mr. Lacerda takes his speech token, plays from left to right, and claims the highest multiplier. So he gets 6, which knocks me down to 5. Then it's me. What have we got? What's everything worth to me? This one is worth 4. This one is worth 6. It would be worth 9, but I'd have to play a speech token to claim it. This one's worth nothing, and this one's worth 4. So that's 4, 6, 4. Of the cards in my hand, one of which I can pick and play, that's worth nothing, nothing. 2 different cars, that's worth 6. And that's just designs in my player board, and that's worth nothing. So I'm going to play that card. I'll play it safely. Well, I will play that card at some point. So what did we say? 4, 6, nothing, 4. And that one's safe and worth 6. So I need the 2 6s. So I'm going to take that one and take 6. Mr. Turtsy covers that space and takes the lowest multiplier, which is 4. And then it's back to me. My one's safe. I want to play one of the 4s. doesn't really matter. I'm going to play that one for the 2 correctly coloured car parts and take 4, puts me back onto 11. Mr. Tootsie's going to go there. Lowest multiplier takes 2. And then I'm going to play onto my scoring card and take 6, which puts me up onto 15. Mr. Tootsie's last counter goes there and he takes 3. 1, 2, 3. So we did survive. It wasn't as close as I thought it was. It did look a tad scary having them both come at once. Right. All these cards are removed. We take 2 more. Not a Kanban card. Watch what you're doing. And I choose 2 of my remaining cards. So that's black cars. Just designs. Now it depends when the meeting occurs. Black cars or upgraded engines. Now I don't see a whole lot of engines on here. Oh, there's one. But it's for a car that I don't have yet. And so is the black cars. Black cars really don't look like they're coming out. Red cars look like they might. So I'm going to play that one and I'm going to play designs and hope it comes up at the right point. And we shuffle those 4. The order wouldn't ordinarily matter in a multiplayer game, but of course, the way Mr. Tootsie and Mr. Lacerda play left to right, it does matter. We've had one of those, we've had one of those. The calendar goes back up there. And I think we're all set for another round. Now I have unlocked something else. Yes, 1, 2, okay. Let's clear up. Do we need to swap any parts in the recycling? Yes, we need to swap out the electronics for an engine in the recycling and refill this tableau. I'm last to pick, so it's a bit of a moot point. Okay, for a horrible moment there I thought I was going to lose another one. Mr. Lacerda is up first. He takes the top one and he's going down to assembly, which might be good because he might push out some of those cars we want, save us having to go there, although it will cost us points. He's standing up. Mr. Toots, he takes the top one and goes to admin. I've got parts. I've got 3 parts, so I could just pick up some plans and then hit the R&D track. Yeah, let's go to designs. And Sandra's coming back up here to R&D. So Sandra moves that car on once. She is not asking me anything because I'm more trained than Mr. Tootsie. So she's not concerned with what my performance is up there. Mr. Lacerda. Oh, that car should be on the track too, I guess. Mr. Lacerda over here in assembly. Doesn't clear any of those out because they're not full. He's going to take ignition and he's going to try and put it into the black car, top of the row. He can't put it into the black car because there are required upgrades. Needs a required bodywork, upgraded bodywork and upgrade electronics. He tries to put it in the blue car and you can't put it in the blue car. So next up is the green car, but that's already got ignition, so he can't put it there. The grey car, he can't upgrade because he hasn't, it's not the right part. That needs upgraded sat nav. So he provides the part to the red car, which has no upgrades, and pushes all these up like that. So there's loads of red cars coming out. Now the truck goes onto the test track, earning Mr. Lacerda 2, 1 for the speech token, and we need to replace those. So we take the next one off the pile, which is out of sight, blue. 2, 3. And then we shuffle these. He's got to put another part in. Because first of all he's got a train, and now he's got to put another part in. So he's going to take the sat nav, and again he's going to try and put it into the black car, which won't go. It won't go in the blue car. It will go in the green car. Pushes out another truck for 2 poor points, and the test track is full of trucks and eco vehicles, little smart cars. Okay, he doesn't take a speech token for that, and he is done. Now we're down here in design. I didn't look at the other 2 pieces, the other 2 meeting cards that came out. We've got upgraded electronics, which is good because we've got 1 of those already, and instruction manuals, whatever, training manuals. So if we catch the next meeting at the right time, we might have some good scores. We might have a load of rubbish though. Let's get some designs. Now we could pick up a green car and a plan to upgrade it. So I think I'm going to take those 2, which gets me a bank shift. Got 3 shifts to spend here. Could be some red cars coming out soon, but probably not. If Tootsie comes up here, he's probably going to push out blue cars, if anything, and Lacerda can't go back there. So it's going to be a couple of rounds until that red car comes out, unless I go there. So I'm going to grab the truck upgrade, which gets me a book, training manual. What else would we like? Engine upgrades and more electronics upgrades. Neither of which are out. So that's 3 shifts for 3 plans, 3 designs. And I think I'm going to spend a bank shift to train. We need to start getting qualified, certified in some more of these now. We're into the middle of the game. Again, the rules don't say to fill that stack up, but if Lacerda or Tootsie come here while Sandra is up there, then they have to take from that stack. So I always just put 1 in there. Done. Can't spend the training manual because I just got it. Mr. Lacerda down here in admin trains once in admin and once in R&D because that's where Sandra is, and he's done. No parts to recycle. So now we shuffle, because the shuffle card came out, we just shuffle that deck. And we need to shuffle this deck. Sandra is first to move, and she is going to assembly. Mr. Lacerda is going to go to design, or he would, but I'm blocking it. So he's going to go to admin. Next up is me. I think I'm going to now I either want parts, because I can't get this currently. Where's, if I go to parts, if I go to logistics to get some parts, is Mr. Tootsie, if Mr. Tootsie comes up here, he's going to take he's going to take a truck anyway, a grey car, because it's worth more than the green car. So he won't be stealing the green cars. So am I bothered? Not particularly. Will I be able to get up there the next turn? I'll be picking before Lacerda, so that's okay. So let's grab some parts this time. Mr. Tootsie takes the bottom one and he goes to design. Right, Sandra's up first. She is asking me how many cars I have in my garage, and I say, sorry, I've still only got 2. And she says, in that case you can lose 1 production point but none for your bank shifts. And she clears all of these parts out of the production line. And she's done there. Now it's me. Right, got 2 Kanban cards, but I should have more of these, because of course I get to play one of those. I'm going to take a parts voucher for 1 shift, and I'm going to play a Kanban card. What part do I need? I need to get drive, the pink part. So I might as well try and grab 2. So we'll put sat nav in there. 1 part there, 2 electronics. See, maybe it's a bad idea to put electronics in. I don't know. Because it means that these guys could grab it and it's going to be worth more at the end of the game, but done now, and I'm not unpicking all that. So there's my replacement Kanban card. So that's 2 shifts, 3 shifts. I'm going to take those 2. I played a Kanban card, so I should have got a bank shift. Do I want to pick up now? I'm thinking I need speech tokens. If I go up here and pick a car, and then one of the others come up here and pick a car, then we're nearly at the point where we're going to have another meeting, and for these meetings I need speech tokens. So I'm going to spend my 4th bank shift to train, then I'm going to spend that book to get to there, which gets me 1 speech token. And I get to see what this is. It's another bank shift. And I get 3 production points because I'm first there. That puts me up to 9. And I'm fully done there. I spent 4 shifts in logistics. Mr. Tootsie down here in design. He's taking from the 2nd row. They're both upgradable, so they go straight into his pile. And of course he trains. Mr. Lasada trains once here and he trains there. So that's 1, 2, 3 production points, and I lose the opportunity to grab that. But he doesn't take that tile. Now, did I just get... No, I didn't just get certified there. Wishful thinking. Okay. That's the end of that day. There is no recycling to be done, so we're just going to draw out 2 more cards. There's another reshuffle again. I don't need to draw one, just need to shuffle them, so that's good. Just looking at my... Got some good ones here. Certainly that one, those 2 are good. 2 points per bank shift or 2 points per tested upgrade. They could both easily be worth 6 points to me at the next meeting, as long as I've got enough speech tokens. Right, Sandra comes down to logistics. I'm going to go up to R&D. Hopefully grab a green car and upgrade a design or 2. Hopefully, it doesn't matter if Mr. Tootsie comes up and trumps that, because he won't take a green car, he'll only take a grey car. So let's see where he's going to go. He's going to take the top one. He would go to logistics, but Sandra's blocking it. He would then go to design, but he's already there, so he goes to admin. And Mr. Lasada takes the top one of what's left. We'll go to admin, but he can't because he's already there. You go to R&D, but he can't because I'm there, so he's going to assembly, which might be interesting. He's going to push out some red cars. Or a red car, certainly. So, anyway, let's go. I'm up first. I'm going to... I've got 3 shifts and a potential banked one. I'm going to use this design to take the green car from the track. First one behind the car. I'm going to put it there to get me a speech token. Do I want another grey truck? Because there's 8 points available at the end game if I've got 2 trucks. Rather than doing the upgrades now. It's going to cost me 2 more shifts if I take that grey car, that truck now. Instead of using this for the upgrade, I can take... Instead of using this for the upgrade, I can just get another truck. I'm going to do that. So for 2 more, I'm going to take that truck and put it there, which gets me 2 parts vouchers. Now I'm just going to check in the main rules whether the pace car, the test car, moves on 1 or 2 spaces. Research and development. Claim cars. Advance the pace car a number of spaces equal to the number of cars you took. I thought it was, and I did that earlier. So 1, 2, and then everything bunches up behind it. So we're really close to second meeting up there. that is 3 shifts. I'm going to spend a bank shift, of course, to upgrade the sat-nav in the green car. And I'm going to put it there and take 4 victory points. On 10 plus 2 for the upgrade. That goes up to there. And I've actually got to put the... No, not that one. That one goes up to there. So now that's good. I've got 3 tested upgrades. I've got more than enough bank shifts for that one. I don't have designs, but I do have for this. Don't quite have that one yet, and I need to be trained in design and logistics. Well, I'm trained in logistics. Just need to get trained in design and get a load of speech tokens. Okay, so that was 4 shifts. So I'm done. Got no books to spend on education. Mr. Lacerda trains. He's fully trained. He's going to take sat-nav and he's going to attempt to put it in 1, 2, 3 into the green car. The green car, thanks to me right now, can take sat-nav. So the red car comes out onto the track and Lacerda gets 2 points. He then takes electronics and again tries to put that in the green car because that's where Sandra is, 3rd position, and it does. So the green car comes out onto the test track and Lacerda gets another 2 points. He's done. Sandra wants to know how many parts. No, she doesn't care what I'm doing because I'm fully trained more than the other 2. She just takes that single double part there and puts it back in the supply. Mr. Turtsy was down here on admin, so he trains there, gets trained up in admin, moves up to that place. And he trains in logistics and moves up again to there. I think 1. How many have I got? 1, 2. Still only got 2. Right, same as him then. How many's Lacerda got? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's all correct then. Okay. Okay, right, I'm first to pick. I need to get some more designs because I spent them all picking up cars. I also want designs in my player board in case we have a meeting and I can claim this one. And of course, the potential to upgrade those designs and get victory points. No recycling to do. There's no symbol on the bottom of that card. I'm first to pick. So designs is clear. I'm going to come down and pick up designs. Mr. Lacerda is going to go to R&D. Again, bad because he'll be picking up points there. Sandra is going to come down there into design as well. So she's going to sweep this board before I get a go. So don't go looking at anything that's there. Mr. Turtsy. What am I doing? Mr. Turtsy takes the top one of those and goes to assembly. More points lost. Red car's coming out probably. Okay. Mr. Lacerda trains in R&D. He upgrades 2 of these parts, so that's drive into red. that's got to be 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And engine upgrade in the black car. Doesn't matter where he puts that. That's another 3 points lost. And then he takes the car from behind the test car, which means we are having a meeting. Okay, Mr. Tootsie trains. Then he takes ignition and he puts it into the red car. He can't put it into the red car, so he'll try and put it into the black car, which he can't. He'll try and put it into the blue car, which he can't. Then he'll try and put it into the green car, which he can, unfortunately. I was hoping he was going to forfeit that. All of these move up as well. And he gets 2 points, putting me on 0. Sandra wipes all these out, puts them under the central stack. And asks me how many designs I've got, and I say none, and I lose a point. So I'm on -1. Might go 3 shifts in design. What is useful here? Training manuals would be useful. What would be really useful would be more speech tokens. And I don't see a way to get them. Okay, if I spend 2 shifts training, just think this through. 2 shifts training, that gets me 2 points for first to certify there. I can move my badge up to there and get 4 points in extremis, so it means I'm last to act. Well, second to act. Doesn't make any difference. That's net of 6 points. But still no speech marks. Speech token. Anyway, right, let's do it. 2 points for first to train. I move my badge to there, which gets me 4 more points, puts me on 5. I'm then going to take that design, which gets me a training manual. I don't really want the black one, even though more training manuals are useful. I'm going to take that grey one, which gets me a bank shift. So that's 4 shifts, isn't it? Can that cost me the bank shift as well? 2 to train, 2 to take 2 of those. And I'm last to act there, and we're going into a meeting. Okay, so this time Mr. Lacerda has 2 speech tokens, Mr. Turtsy has 3, and I have a lowly 2 to spend. Mr. Lacerda is going first, and he will go there, taking 6 points, already put me on -1. So I have 2 places to spend this. What's this all worth? That's worth 2 points. That's worth 4 points for me. That's worth 4 points. That's worth nothing. What's in my hand? That's worth 6. That's worth 6. That's worth 4. And that's worth nothing. So one of these 2. I think I'm going to play the bank shift one when it comes to it. So Mr. Turtsy will go here and get 4 points. Then next up, Mr. Lacerda will go here and get 8. So I'm going to go there and get 4. 2, 3, 4, putting me on 3 points. Actually, I've got more speech tokens. Why didn't anyone tell me this? I've got 3 cars in my garage. I've got that. So I've got another speech token. Unfortunately, I don't have 4 designs. Still, there's that to look forward to later in the game, isn't there? If we get later in the game. Right. Mr. Turtsy plays there and takes 4 points back, so I'm on -1 again. Mr. Lacerda plays there and gets 4. I'm on -5. I play... Where did we say? That's worth 4. Let's go there for 4. I'm on -1. Mr. Turtsy plays there for 2. And I'm playing this for 6. My safe card that they can never play to. And then Mr. Turtsy goes on. He's played there. He can't play there. He plays there for 2 points. Oh, look. We're still in the game by 1 point. Another admin round coming up soon. So that shifts up to there. That returns up there. Clear this up. Oh, this is close. Too close. So we take 2 of these. I play 2 from my hand. I'm definitely going to play that one. And probably that one. I'm just going to turn them over as I go. 1, red cars. 2, my tested designs. 3, upgraded ignitions, which I've got none, and cars in garages 4 and 5, of which I've got 1. So I get 3 more of these in case we ever have a 3rd meeting. Clear up. Check the recycling. Grey for green. Yep. So electronics in, ignition out. Fill up this space. I'm going to shuffle. Right. This round, Sandra's going back to admin. So at the end of this round, we're going to have an end of week again. it's not impossible that Mr. Toots is going to go to R&D and Mr. Lacerda's going to go to assembly, although that's not directly on the cards here at the moment. So at the moment we're looking at -4 points, and I'm going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not the end of the world. So there's a bit of leeway going on. Let's see where Mr. Lacerda's going. He's going to take that and go to admin. Mr. Tootsie is going to take that and go to logistics. Sandra's coming down to the admin station, and I can go and get some more upgraded designs, I reckon, up here. Right, well, I'm first to act, so let's go. I'm going to exchange the drive for an engine, and I'm going to put that engine into the blue car. I'm going to upgrade the engine in the blue car. And I'm going to put it there and get another book, which I can't spend this round. That goes up to there and gets me 2 points. And then I'm going to upgrade the ignition in that truck, or a truck. Don't get it out of there, I get it out of there. And I'm going to put it there for another training manual and another 2 victory points. So that's okay. Can't do any more. That's 2 shifts. 3 shifts to train, and the training manual I could spend to get me there. That is 1, 2, 3 more points and a speech token. And this, which is 2 more victory points. Very nice. Just when I need them. All right, I'm done. Not bad go. Mr. Tootsie down here, he simply takes that part because that's what his preferred piece is, and he trains and he's done. Mr. Lacerda trains in admin, he's fully trained. So I lose 1, 2, 3, and then he would train in admin again, but he's already there. So he is done. Sandra wants to know, am I certified in at least 3 different departments? And I am. So that's okay. And then we have an end of week. That goes up to there. Right, end of week. They've got 2 of these, so they get 4 victory points, and those are removed from the game. And I'm down to 3. Now, for each car in my garage, I get 1 point for every upgrade on them. So I've got a blue car, that's worth 3. The green car makes 4, and the grey cars make 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. And then I get 1 point for each tested design. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. What even was I worrying about? We've survived it easily. Now, 1 more meeting, 1 more end of week. That's the end of the game. It can happen that we'll have both. So let's wait and see what happens. Let's take a bit of stock. I've got 2 training manuals, 3 parts vouchers, 2 parts. Parts vouchers and training manuals are worth 1 point each at the end of the game. probably better to actually use them for something, though, as long as it's not pointless. I need to get certified in a couple more places so I can get some more speech tokens. I've got 4 tested designs, so I get that speech token. Talking of speech tokens, now where's going to be the easiest place to get trained, to get certified? Well, both assembly and admin I have no training in. So for 1 shift and 2 books, I can get trained in either of them. What do I need? I kind of need designs. Are there any good designs down here? Now I can't really fit any more cars in until I'm fully trained in assembly. So maybe that's a hint I should go to assembly. I don't really care what car comes out, although I can get more speech tokens if I can get the blue car out. So 2 shifts to get a blue car out, if I'm not fussy about the points. And then 2 shifts and a training manual to get certified. I can't go to admin anyway because Sandra's there at the moment, so let's do that. Didn't clear up. Recycling, green for green, that doesn't happen. Put out. 2 more cards here. Mr. Tootsie's going to go to design. He's going to go to design. Mr. Lacerda is going to go to, well, he would go to assembly, but I'm there, which is good. So he goes to there, which is fine by me. And Sandra comes all the way back up there to R&D. What does she do? She moves this car on, and then because I'm more trained than the rest, she doesn't do anything else. Now I'm here. I said I want to push out the blue car or the black car just so I can get another speech token. It's 2 shifts and 2 parts to get the blue car out, if I've got the right parts. Yes, right. I can trade in. I can recycle the bodywork for the electronics. I can, first of all, I clear those just because that's what you do when you get there if one's full. I can put electronics in the black car, which I can do. No, I'm going to put the electronics in the blue car. That's what I was doing. And then I'm going to put the, that goes there, the drive train in and push out the blue car in the 1 point slot. So I get 1 victory point for that, and I get 1 speech token. This goes on to the end, and the front one disappears back into the box. They don't move forward. The test card doesn't move forward at that point. That's 2 shifts. Then I'm going to spend my 3rd shift and a bank shift, and then I'm going to spend a training manual to get certified, and I'm going to put that on there to get 1 victory point and another speech token. That's about as good as that's going to get. I can get down here and train in admin as well. I'm done there. Mr. Lacerda takes a Kanban card. It doesn't seem like he's done this for a long time. So he places it and then shifts it up because Sandra's above. Of course, these are worth points, but these are end of game points, and by the end of the game, I just want to get to the end of the game. He then takes one of those and bins the other, and then he would take that, but it's not there, so he will take the engine parts instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they still don't have 6 parts there. When they have 6 parts in their little bank here, they'll start keeping the most valuable ones according to this position, which I'm going to check in a minute because that's wrong. 1 body, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, but I jumped 1, I think, and 2 of those. We missed a part somewhere. Luckily, I've still got all the... Now I double jumped the electronics, so that I think should still just be there. So Lacerda's taken 2 of those. He trains. They should have trained first, and then you take 2. Mr. Terzi trains there and then takes these 2. And he's done. Right. Tidy up. No recycling. Sandra comes down to there. Where was I going to go? Right, shall I go to admin now and get trained in admin as well? I think, yeah, because if I get trained in admin, it unlocks... I'm only trained in design, so it unlocks this space. Nope, I've done that. Does it unlock? It unlocks this space, and I'll get the 5th speech token from there. So, right, we're coming down to admin. Mr. Lacerda takes the top one of these. It's logistics. He's already there, so he goes to design. Mr. Terzi takes the bottom one and goes to R&D. Okay. And we're done. Right, Mr. Terzi trains up there. So he jumps to there. How many of these is he now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has he done all 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's done all 5 before I did. So he takes that and he takes that speech token and I lose a point. Oh, how annoying. He's beat Mr. Lacerda to the jump. Mr. Lacerda should be there. He's got 4, and he beat me. That's because he just sits around in admin all the time. Anyway, so he's trained. He's first to there. He upgrades one of these, so he's putting the upgrading the drive in the green car. And he takes the most valuable car, which is the red one. And these will move around one. And he's done there. Sandra, she clears these parts out. and she asks me how many cars I've got in my garage, and I say 4, leave me alone. Mr. Lacerda down here, he trains, that's his 5th certification, so he goes to there. And he now takes 2 from the second row, second column, and because he's now certified, he takes that one from there as well. Now I'm down here in admin. My primary goal is to get trained. So 2 shifts and a book to get certified. Shall I take last pick and 5 victory points, or second pick and 1 victory point? Really wanted that speech token. Okay, am I allowed to, with my 2 shifts, with spending time in other departments, am I allowed to train there? I need to check that. I don't think I've ever done that before. When you work in administration, you can choose one other department to work in. You can split your shifts and books however you like between them. Only in admin, only in the chosen department, or only in both. I'm just going to train. I don't think that matters. I'm going to train with 2 shifts. So I spent 2 shifts in a book, and I'm going to use my remaining 2 shifts to train here. 1, 2. That gets me 3 victory points first to there, and that gets me a speech token. And this tile, which is 2 more victory points. Now, I'm about ready for the end of the game, really. I've got 5 speech tokens. All I really want to do is pick up more, maybe another car and more upgraded designs. So to that end, I think I'm going to try and get into design next. I mean, certainly the end of the game's fast approaching now. There's a shuffle. I'm last to pick this round, so we'll see where we can end up. It's only going to be 1, 2, 3 days at the most until Sandra gets back down here and triggers the end of week, which will be the end of the game. So, there was no recycling to be done. Mr. Tootsie's first to act. He wants to go to assembly, but he can't because Sandra's blocking, so he's going down to logistics, which is good. Sandra comes down to the 3 space in logistics. Mr. Tootsie takes the top one, would go to admin, he can't because I'm there, and he's going to go there, which is bad. Now, I wouldn't mind a final meeting, to be honest. Because I can pick up quite a few of these. I can get 6 from that. Well, I can get 6 from that and 4 from that. But I can claim all 3 of these, so I'll need to save 3 speech tokens to score all 3 of those at the end of the game. So I can't do anything really without designs. So let's go to design. Right, Mr. Lacerda up in R&D. He upgrades the electronics in the red car. Covers the bank shift space for 5. I got a feeling I might not have taken the points off for that, but I can't remember. We'll have to review when I'm editing. And he does another one. He takes the bodywork into the blue car. Covers that for another 3-point loss. And then he takes the green car. First one behind track car, test car. Okay, Mr. Tutsi down here in logistics would take that, but he can't, so he takes that. Oh, Mr. Lacerda trains there. Mr. Tutsi trains there. Sandra doesn't care what I'm doing and just empties that. And now to me. I can take, remember, because I'm trained here now, certified here, I can take any of those top ones off those piles as well. I'm going to take that. No, that's black, isn't it? I don't have a black car, and there's no black cars on the track. Do I take the green one and maybe go up and get the green car and finish with a meeting? Now I could potentially get 10 out of here. Mr. Tutsi could get 4, 6, 10, and Mr. Lacerda could get 8, 4, 8. No, 8, 16. Ooh, 18 out of that. So that's probably a net loss if I go to the meeting, unless I can block them. I don't think I do want a meeting, despite having all these speech tokens. Speech tokens are worth a victory point if I don't spend them. I'm not sure I do want a meeting. Oh, of course I got another one as well. But I need to save 3 for those. So I could only spend 2 speech tokens in a meeting. I don't think I want a meeting. I just want to get tested designs. So I get a book for that. Grey ones are best because I've got 2 grey cars. I'm scoring grey upgrades twice, so I'm going to take that. Now I've only got 3 parts vouchers, so unless I go to logistics as well, I can only do 3 of these. There's no more victory points to be had from these upgrade spaces, so I think that one, because it's the microchip, might be worth more because they don't have any. So I'm going to take that one. I think I'm not going to sit here and math it out. So that's 3 shifts for 3 parts. There's no point doing anything else. No point spending a bank shift on that. Okay. Let's see if Mr. Lacerda and Mr. Turtsy can ruin my plans and force a meeting before the end of the game. Because I don't want one. Mr. Lacerda. He cannot go to logistics, he cannot go to design, he goes to admin. Mr. Turtsy, we're going to have to shuffle these cards to see what he does. He's going to take the bottom one, and he is going to R&D. Going to force a meeting. Damn him. Nothing we could do. Sandra's coming down to design. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go up here because I want to upgrade all my designs. In which case I might as well have grabbed that 5th car as well. Not outside the realms of possibility because I do have a green design. Should have grabbed a 4th design with a 4th shift. Oh well. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Mr. Turtsy upgrades one of these. He's going to put sat nav into the blue car. Sat nav for 4 points. And then he's going to take the best car, which is the blue one, and force a meeting. It also means I'm not going to get an end of day, which actually 2, 4, 6, 8 probably just as well. I'm not going to get an end of day. I have to have one or the other. And he trains, and he's done. Right, I am. Shall I grab that green car for 1 shift? Shall I? Yes. Right. So we're taking the green car for 1 shift. We're putting it into that garage, and because of the special tile that we've unlocked, we can have one of any of these. So that's a book, a bank shift, a speech token, or a car part. I think they're all worth 1 victory point at the end of the game if I've got them spare. This is the last turn of the game. Let's take a car part voucher that we can't spend. Then we're going to use 1 part voucher to upgrade the electronics in the truck. Bank shift. Electronics up to there. And we're going to use 1 parts voucher to upgrade the bodywork on the truck. Another bank shift. So that's 4 points for those 2. Last thing I'm going to do in this game. Okay, Sandra, she's not judging me here, and she just clears those 8 tiles, puts them under the central stack, which really is just helping me tidy up, and I'm not going to relay them. And Lacerda does not train here, but he does train there to no end. And we're going to have a meeting as the last thing we do in this game. So I've got... do you know what? What did I get the parts voucher for? That green car. Instead of that parts voucher, I should have taken a generic speech token. Whoops. Where was that? I should have taken a generic speech token because you're allowed to spend them, I think. No, I was wrong. You can't spend them. They sit there and then you can cash them in for speech tokens after the meeting. So I'm going to take that generic parts voucher back. So I've got 5, but I want to save 3 of those for this, unless one of these goals is worth more than 6. That is worth 9 to me. That is worth nothing. That is worth nothing. That is only worth 4. So that one is worth 9. So that will be the one I play from my hand. I'm not going to play it yet because it would mean I have to put a token on it. That's worth 8 if I can get to play on it. That one's only worth 4. That one's worth 6. That one's worth nothing. So I really only want to play to my one. That one for 8. The others I'm not bothered about, so I am going to save those 3, although they will block. I'm going to see if I can use them to block Mr. Terzi and Mr. Lacerda. So 3 each for this final, for this 3rd meeting. And Mr. Lacerda is going first, and he places there and scores 8. And I'm on 7 already. Now me, I'm going to place there and take 8 because I've got a car in 4 and 5. Put me back up to 15. Mr. Terzi goes there and takes 4. Mr. Lacerda goes there and takes 6, putting me on 5. Now, wherever I go, Mr. Lacerda will go. Mr. Terzi will go there and get 8. Get 4. Mr. Lacerda will go, then go there and get 4. So I'm going to play this card from my hand and play there for 9. Put me on 14. Mr. Terzi goes there and takes 4. Mr. Lacerda goes there and takes 4. And Mr. Terzi goes there, yep, and takes 2. So we're still on positive points at the end of the meeting. So that is the end of the game. I can then take these and place them there, there, and there. And we're on to the final scoring, for which I'm going to need the book back out. Okay, so spend 1 speech token per achievement you wish to score on a final goal tile. Each player may score blah, blah, blah. And I get 21 points, taking me up to 25. And 1 production point per bank shift, so that's another 6, round to 31. And 1 production point per speech token, book and parts voucher. So that's 1, 2, 3, taking me up to 34. Gain production points for each of your cars in your garages. The production points gained per type is shown under the garages on your playboard. Right, okay, so I've got no black, no red, so I've got 2 greys for 8, 11, 13, 15, 2 greens. 15 takes me up to 49. This is a bit different. Score for relative positions on the department's track. This is different in the solo. For each department's training track where you are the furthest ahead, with ties broken in order of the markers from top to bottom, earn 5. So not there, not there, not there. I am there for 5. So I get 5 points. The colleagues then score 5 for each training track on which either of them are furthest ahead. So that's got to be the other 4. So they're knocking 20 off. So back down to 34. Oh wait, we'll get to the rest in a minute. There are some other things. For each of my tested designs, gain PP equal to the value of the car part depicted on it. The part's value is according to here. So I'm just going to double check those are right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the double for the electronics puts that on 6. 1, 2, 3 puts the sat nav on there. 1, 2, 3 puts the bodywork on there. 1, 2, 3. This should be on 4. 1, 2, that's correct, and 1 ignition means that's correct on there. So for each of my tested upgrades, so that's 4 tested designs: 4, 10, 14, 16, 20, 23, 29. 29. So that's 54, 63. And then I have to lose some points for the solo rules. 2 points for each design tile, both upgraded and in their stack. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm losing 20. Takes me back down to 43. 2 to 6 points per car they kept. So that's 3, 8, 10, 12, 14. 10, 14. And then 2 to 6 points per car part. So that's 8, 16, 19, 21. This takes me down to 8 points. So, not a brilliant final score, but at least I got to the end of this time, which is something to be happy about. I guess the stack of designs didn't help at that point. That means I score, in turn, made it to the end game with 1 production point or more. I needed 15 to even be an assistant supervisor. If I had more production points, I might have made it. No, not CEO. I'd have made factory manager. Again, factory manager being my highest score, but this time on camera for you people, a mere intern. So at least I didn't have to flip the board. And we made it to the end. So I hope you found that interesting, enjoyable, perhaps even exciting, who knows. And I thought it was quite good. It was nice and fast paced, and I think solo mode really shows this game off. It's a really good fun solo to play. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.